I was a member of the Congressional Prayer Caucus, the bipartisan group, and we became aware then of the new visitor center, which is beautiful, and will be very helpful to all of you when you visit the U.S. Capitol. You won't stand out in the hot sun. You won't stand out in danger of terror attack, and you'll be in a wonderful place. And then there's a museum in there, a virtual reality presentation of the House and Senate chambers. When we saw that, a few of us took a tour of it. We saw that in the virtual reality, so it's about a third size, in front of the House chambers, with the Speaker's rostrum, that 4 black marble pillars that go up, the granite cornice that goes up the top, and on that cornice, as you'll see if you go to the House chambers and look down the gallery, it says, "In God We Trust," our national motto. That's up there, engraved in that stone. In the virtual reality display, it wasn't there. So Randy Forbes, who leads the congressman from Virginia, and I went to the curator of that new center, and we said, show us where you have any mention of our religious heritage in this display. Those of you that study history, there's huge religious heritage. The framers of our Declaration of Independence and the founders of our government spent literally hours on their knees in prayer and made statements like Jonathan Witherspoon, who said that a republic once even formed must either preserve its virtue or lose its liberty. Washington, who said that our Constitution is wholly unsuitable for a nation that will not be governed by God. I mean, those things went on. So we said, we noticed that national motto isn't up there. Where else do you have any displays of religious heritage? And she took us to a picture of the 88th Congress beginning in session. And if you look carefully, she said, they're starting in prayer, their heads are bowed. That was it. The display of Lincoln's office had everything there except his Bible. Why? So we took them and challenged them on that. Ultimately, if you go there today, you'll see "In God We Trust" etched in there.
Oh, good.
And that comes from legislators, but also from people in our districts who stood behind and said, no, we're not going to accept those kinds of changes.
Tim, a person very close to me has a job in the area. I'm going to say within a 50-mile radius of the country. This person works in a plant, and 65% of the people that are in that plant are illegal aliens. The people, the naturalization has been in and arrested a number of them, but didn't come and get all of them. I don't know why. But if 65% of a plant within 50 miles of this area are illegal aliens, we've got a problem. How do you feel about that?
Well, my concern now is that it's not just a problem of legality. It may indeed be an effort to replace voters and to buy voters across to support liberal members of Congress in their re-election by getting a new group of people that will be beholden to them for allowing laws to be violated, including giving amnesty. Because the American people, through Tea Parties, 9/12 groups, and others, and Republicans returning to their roots, are standing up and saying, wait a second. I believe if Reagan stood here today and said, I made one major mistake in that issue. I thought we could have one amnesty, just get it over with, and go on, never do it again. I don't think Reagan would have accepted an amnesty if he knew what had taken place. Reagan was known to have said, let our gates that swing open for people who want to be free, swing wide and free for those who come through in order to benefit from the freedom of America, speak our language, and abide by our laws. That's all I think any of us in this room ask. And I would say document